So what you want to understand, there's actually two types of authority or expert businesses out there, right? They both have the same tactics, but some of their strategies for growth are going to be a little bit different. We're going to dive down into those. So type one is actually selling information products as your business. Most people actually do this. Their business is informational product. What you're doing is you're taking your life experiences and packing them into like learning courses, coaching, or some sort of a consulting type way, right? You're reaching back based on what you've learned through your life, and you're packaging those in a way that depending where they're at in your value ladder, if you don't know what a value ladder is, we'll go in that in later training series, but you're offering them different steps or series along the way, whether you have just an info product, you're doing some one-on-one coaching, or you have some, outside consulting type gig as well. And so your business model is information products only. What's cool about this model, it's actually one of the best startup business models in the world. The startup is, some would like to say it's zero to start up, but I try to be a realist, is you're probably gonna spend a little bit of money, but not tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, if you're trying to get like a website up and maybe some email marketing, you're looking at well under $200 just to get your business online and going. You can start for zero, but if you want to have some things in place, I mean, it's next to nothing. When you think about, if you're trying to build a 6-figure, 7-figure business, a couple $100 to get started is nothing. People spend that on New Year's Eve, right? And all you really need in that framework is having a passion to teach and help others. But that's the thing, I mentioned this earlier, you've got to learn how to tell stories in such a way that it gets others excited about what your X thing is, so they actually want to do business with you. It's not just buy my stuff, it's telling stories in a way that people are like, I need your stuff, right? And that's what we're going to be going through. And so again, I want to remind you that the key for this business model to work is finding something that you're actually passionate about, something that like, what gets you excited, right? Do not try to go chase fast money, okay? If you try to chase the fast money, you get burned out too quickly because it doesn't carry you through the tough times. Because I'm gonna be a realist with you, there will be ups and downs. When you sign up to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna have ups and downs. There's a roller coaster. But when you have a mission and you're passionate and you have a purpose-driven cause that you're working towards, that's what gets you through it. If you're chasing the dollar, people get burned out. And those are the ones you see, they're like those fly-by-night type people, right? So you have to have a passion that keeps you in the game, so that way you can actually get the big payoff, right? Not the little payoff, chasing the dollar. You want the big payoff. And so if you're still trying to think on your confidence level about whether or not you're prepared or equipped to be the authority leader, just remember what you've done, learned, practiced, and applied is what qualifies you to lead others. And your goal in the beginning is not to get 1 million followers. Your goal is to find your first 100. Who's my first 100 fans? Then after you get to 100, how do I get to 1,000? Then after 1,000, that's when you start thinking, how do I go on up and beyond? But in the beginning, look for 100. It's a very manageable goal to work towards. And I'm going to show you later on in the videos how you don't need millions of followers to make a living in this type of business structure. But as we talk about making a living in this structure, here's a concept I want you to realize. You can make money doing your thing, right? Like you can make money doing it, but you can make 10x the money teaching it to others by having information, by having video series or PDF guides. You don't have to trade your time for dollars for that. Which would you rather prefer? Would you rather work like hourly, like I'm gonna do my thing and get paid by the hour? Or would you rather create products and things that whether you're in bed, sleeping, traveling, or what, people can download and get access, and it doesn't matter how many are there, right? Time doesn't matter anymore. You're not trading time for dollars. Which would you prefer, right? It's like, I used to be a sushi chef and I could go and work hourly doing my sushi chef. I get some tips, cool, but there's only so much I can make. But if I had made a quote training video series on that, I could sell to 1,000 people in a minute and it wouldn't affect me because I'd built my information products, i.e. making me the authority in the space, that now my time's not leveraged by the dollar, right? So just remember, there's only so much time for you to do what it is you actually do. The secret sauce is through teaching. It helps you explode the amount of impact you can actually have within the space and niche that you're attacking and moving towards. And so here's where you want to shift towards your personal growth. I said this earlier, contribution to others, all right? It's not about you, it's about what you can do for others. What's the outcome that you can deliver for them based on the information that you already have available to you? And here's what's really cool. This is what some people don't realize, is when you actually start to teach others, you grow as well. You get so many ahas along the way when you have to teach what it is you know. Because what you actually have to do, instead of just doing it because you know it works, you actually got to dissect the how and the why. Like, how am I doing this to get that? And why is that working? And so by dissecting that, your knowledge and understanding of it explodes, right? So actually when you start to teach others instead of just doing it, when you're breaking it down like that, your amount of impact and understanding goes through the roof. It actually makes you even better at what it is you're already doing. And so just realize that your impact will grow exponentially when you start to think about how to contribute to others instead of how do I make the dollar, right? It's not about consumption, it's about contributing. When you contribute, that's how you become the authority. That's how you become the leader. It's how do I give back and give outcomes to people. So as I was saying a second ago, is you've got to give back to make an impact, right? When you start thinking that in your head, give back to make an impact. And to get started in this model, it's very simple. You just got to pick a topic that you're passionate about, because your passion is what carries you through the trials and tribulations. You follow me? And then what you're doing is you're studying, learning, implementing, growing, right? And you're already probably along the way in whatever niche that you operate in. You've probably already studied, you've probably already learned and already applied, and so you've grown, but you just continue this cycle, right? And some of that starts to happen when you start to teach others. You're now learning again. So as you do that, you make action. It's the action that you're taking that helps you get faster results. It's not just learning. It's like now you're in the field, right? What is it? A minute in the field's worth an hour in the book. When you're actually applying the things that you learn so much more on the back end from the actual application of it. And then that's whenever you start to transition, which is what we're here for, is to give back to others, to establish ourselves as authority in the space. And then the magic happens. You in turn grow because you've given back, you've learned more, you've dissected, you're now growing even further. It's an amazing thing that when you start to get this kind of selfless mentality of how do I show and teach others, you start to grow dramatically in incredible ways that I can't even explain to you until you actually start to get to those levels. It's impactful, and just understand your contribution is more important than your consumption.